Welcome to another edition of the Recruiting Scoop. I'm Jarret Johnson, and I thought I'd take some time here. Y'all have heard, and we've talked a lot about the high school signees. 16 high school signees in the early period. Great job by Joey McGuire and his new staff. Just Texas Tech is killing it on the recruiting trail. And I think we're just scratching the surface. Right now, the 2022 class is ranked in the top 40 nationally. It's 7th in the Big 12. I mean, it's looking really good. 2023 class is looking even better. But, a lot of people have been saying, hey, he's really going to hit high school hard. Maybe the transfer portal won't be important. Well, that hasn't been the case so far because 5 commits, 3 signees, 3 early or at least mid-term transfers have already committed or signed with Texas Tech. So that's 5 transfers already. He's not done. Coach McGuire and his staff aren't done. So they're really adding talent any way they can. And I want to go over these transfers and just kind of talk about them because we haven't talked about them as much as the high school guys. And I understand why we did that, but here we are. It's a good time. So we got to start with Dimitri Moore. Obviously played for Coach McGuire back in the day. This dude has been around for. He tallied over 200 tackles in his career at Vanderbilt before transferring to Missouri State. 6'1", 230, 235-pound linebacker. And honestly, I expect him to start next year. I mean, he's got 1 year of eligibility left. Coach McGuire obviously really likes him and knows what he has in him. Moore is definitely like a sideline-to-sideline type scraping linebacker. Good speed, violent, very experienced. He was a freshman. He was an all-SEC freshman team player for Vanderbilt. Had a good sophomore. I think he was top 10 in tackles in the SEC as a sophomore, and went on to Missouri State. But now he's here at Tech, and Tech needed some immediate help at linebacker with all the guys going out. Colin Skula and Rico Jeffers, all of them, Jacob Morgenstern. They lost a lot. They're losing a lot of guys. So they have some guys coming up. It's not critical like some people will tell you, but they do need a guy or two to step in and play immediately at the linebacker position and enter Dimitri Moore. Another guy I really like is receiver Brady Boyd. Both him and Moore are midterm transfers, or guys that are going to be here in the spring. Brady Boyd played high school at South Lake Carroll, was a big-time receiver there, about 6'1", 185, 190. Went up to Minnesota for a year, played in some games as a true freshman, but not any significant time at receiver. His dad was Coach McGuire's offensive coordinator early on in his time at Cedar Hill, so their families were very tight. Obviously, Brady actually told me he slept over at as a kid at the McGuire's house, and the McGuire and his dad would watch game film and stuff like that. So, I mean, they're very tight. The thing about him is Brady Boyd is really fast, but if you watch his tape, I mean, he makes his catch radius is a lot bigger or wider than most 6'1" guys. So, hey man, more speed at the receiver position sounds just. Another midterm enrollee is Tyler Owens. He comes over from Texas. He was a 4-star guy coming out of high school. He has 2 years of eligibility remaining. Boyd has, I think he has 3. Boyd has 3 and a red shirt. So Moore has 1, and then Tyler Owens has 2. He's known as a very athletic guy. I know Coach McGuire said on National Sign Day he loved just how he can play so many different safety positions. He has some experience. I know he made at least 1 start for Texas in his career, but he played a lot on special teams. Played a lot as a reserve, in their secondary. So I think Tyler Owens, he's going to help. I mean, he gives you some pretty good size. He's 6'2", 205, 210, something like that. But like I said, athletic, he can run, rangy, versatile. Just a really good addition for the Red Raiders. And the 2 most recent guys are Cade Briggs, who, man, Tech needs help on the offensive line. I asked Coach McGuire on Sunday, what do you need? What position are you targeting post early sign period? And he just didn't hesitate on the offensive line. We need at least one, if not a couple of guys. So they're still looking at other guys, but Cade Briggs is a multi-year starter in New Mexico. They like him at center. He's going to be, I'd be surprised if he doesn't start. Another one of these transfers coming in. Dawson Deaton, your multi-year starter at center, is probably moving on. He's going to enter his name in the draft and go pursue his dreams. And good luck to him. because he's got a bright future. He's got a lot of potential. But bringing Briggs in to replace him is a really nice addition. I think that's really going to help the cause a lot. And this offensive line, like Joey McGuire, is being as respectful as he can, and he has been very respectful to the previous staff. He's made it clear that where they need to improve, where he's focusing on initially, is in the trenches on both the offensive and defensive lines. So Cade Briggs is going to help in that regard an awful lot. And finally, this is the most intriguing one to me because he's so talented. There's been some drama. There's some if you Google Joshua Moore, Texas, you'll see some of the reports. But there's so many rumors out there. I hate to do that without substantiating, just mention it. But he's transferred for a reason. Despite he played a lot at Texas. He put up some good numbers. He was one of their leading receivers, if not their leading receiver, in 2020. So you're getting a really talented receiver, talent infusion injected your offense in Joshua Moore, and it's hard for me to argue against that. What you're bringing in with these two, with Boyd and Moore, you're bringing in really, really fast, quick receivers who are two of the top. This is saying something. Two of the top receivers in Texas high school football in recent seasons. Very productive, highly ranked. These guys are a big deal in terms of, again, upgrading your talent. You have some really good receivers already. You have some definitely more really good size coming back. But these kind of 6'1", 6'2" guys who are very shifty but also very good at playing the ball in the air are a nice addition. I think you needed that. You needed some of these more, and I'm not saying they're like slot guys, but I'm saying these more quicker, just get it to them and get some yards after catch type guys to go with those big targets you already have. So I really like what they've done so far in the transfer portal. It'd be a myth to say that Joey McGuire obviously isn't going to hit the transfer portal, because he is. But it's just he's also going to bring in a lot of high school talent as well. So it's the best of both worlds. I love it. I really love the additions they've already made. Looking for at least a couple more before all the dust settles on this 2022 recruiting class. But with that, I want to thank you for watching.